We're told the distance in kilometers that three friends ran are represented below. Each large square represents 1 kilometer. All right, they visually tell us the distance in kilometers. Order the runners by distance from greatest to least. So pause this video and have a go at that. All right, now let's work through this together. So there's a couple of ways to do this. You could stay visual, or we could try to convert these into decimals and then compare them. Well, we could see that the large square, this is a full kilometer up here. Let me make sure my pen is working. This is a full kilometer right over here. So they all ran 1 full kilometer and then a little bit. So they're all 1 point something kilometers. So let's look at this next section. So it looks like this next full kilometer box, it's been divided into 10 equal rectangles. And Bobby we've colored in 4 of them. So this is 4 of the 10 equal rectangles. So this is 4/10. So one way to think about it is Bobby ran 1 4/10 kilometers. Or another way of thinking about it, this could be 1 4/10. We have 4 in the 10th place kilometers. Now let's go to Angel. Angel is 1 and how many? Well, this is actually broken up into hundredths because each of those tenths have now been broken up into 10. But we can see that this is a tenth there, this whole thing. That's 1/10. Then we have 2/10. Then we have 3/10, 4/10. Or another way you could think about it, that's 40 hundredths right there. And then we have 3 more hundredths. So you could view that as 4/10 and 3 hundredths. So that is, well, let me do it the same way. We could view that as 43 over 100. 43 hundredths, that's how many we have colored in. Or kilometers, which is another way of saying 1 4/10 and 3 hundredths, which you could also say is 1 43 hundredths kilometers, hundredths, kilometers. And last but not least, let's take a look at Charlie. So out of these hundredths there, so Charlie ran 1 and let's see how many hundredths, because this is all broken up into hundredths. So this is 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths, 30 hundredths, and then this looks like another 9. So 39 hundredths, 1 39 hundredths kilometers, which you could also write this way, 1 39 hundredths, which is the same thing as 3/10, because we could see 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, and then 9 hundredths, which we have here for Charlie. So now let's just compare. If we go to the most significant, they all ran more than a kilometer, and that's this box over here if we compared them. So it's all going to boil down to what fraction of a kilometer they ran above that first kilometer. So if we go to the next significant place, Bobby ran 4/10 of a kilometer. Angel also ran 4/10 of a kilometer. But Charlie ran not quite 4/10, ran 3/10 and then some. So less than 4/10 of a kilometer. So if we want to order the runners by distance from greatest to least, so we want greatest on the left and least on the right, we know that Charlie is the least. So I'll write Charlie here on the left, or sorry, on the right. I'd have to get my left from right. So this is Charlie is going to be the least, right over there. And now let's compare Bobby and Angel. They had the same number of ones, same number of tenths. But then when we go to the hundredths place, we have 3 hundredths for Angel, and we have no hundredths for Bobby. We could put a 0 here if we just want to compare directly. So Angel ran further than Bobby. So if we want greatest to least, we'd want Angel first, then Bobby, and then Charlie. Greatest is Angel, least is Charlie. And we're done.